Hey, I'm PH and welcome to Good Bible Knowledge with PhD. In this set of videos, I want to study the words and works of Jesus to give a clear understanding and a deeper appreciation of the love of God expressed through this most important figure in human history. And I hope these videos will be helpful in your own spiritual journey in Jesus. Let's get started. Jesus was born during the time when Herod was the king of Judea. After the conquest of Jerusalem by the Roman general Pompey in 63 BC, Herod was made the puppet king of the region of Judea. Herod was a ruthless and paranoid ruler who cruelly subjugated the people and executed any perceived threat to his kingship, including two of his own sons. When the Magi from the east came to Jerusalem seeking the King of the Jews, it is not surprising that Herod was greatly disturbed, as well as all the people of Jerusalem. Alarmed at this threat to his kingship, Herod immediately gathered the chief priests and scribes, who informed him that according to biblical prophecy, the Messiah was to be born in Bethlehem. Herod then summoned the Magi and asked when the star led them to Jerusalem. This would enable him to discover the approximate age of this potential usurper. He then instructed the Magi to return and report to him after they had found Jesus in order that he may also worship him. But this ruse would enable Herod to summarily execute this threat to his throne. After offering their worship and their gifts, the Magi were warned by God in a dream not to return to Herod, and they departed using a different route. Realizing that he had been tricked, Herod vented the full fury of his anger by ordering the slaughter of every male child under the age of 2 in the entire region. Joseph and his family escaped the massacre as the night before, God appeared to Joseph in a dream, commanding him to take Mary and Jesus and immediately flee to Egypt, and they remained in Egypt until the death of Herod. Even in the earliest years of the coming of the Messiah, we see the great spiritual conflict, as there are those who would travel a great distance to worship and accept his kingship, and there were others who were fueled by Satan who would go to extreme lengths to destroy him. Despite Herod's thorough efforts to prevent Jesus' ascension, God's plan would continue to proceed unhampered. In fact, Herod's efforts to prevent God's plan would only serve to promote God's plan by fulfilling the prophecies spoken of Jesus long ago. After the death of Herod, Joseph and Mary took Jesus back to Nazareth, Joseph's hometown, where it says Jesus grew and became strong, filled with wisdom and the favor of God his Father. The Bible contains very little material of the upbringing of Jesus, but on one particular occasion during the Passover, Joseph and Mary took Jesus with them to Jerusalem. When the feast of Passover was ended, they began their journey back to Nazareth, unaware that Jesus had remained behind. Luke notes at the time Jesus was 12 years old, which under Jewish tradition was a significant milestone of maturity in which a young boy became a son of the law, meaning he was competent to understand the laws of Moses. Frantically returning to Jerusalem, Mary and Joseph found that Jesus was not only competent to study the law, but they found him in the temple engaging the teachers of the law, who were amazed at Jesus' understanding of the scriptures. Mary gently rebuked Jesus, saying, "Why have you treated us so?" To which Jesus replied, "Did you not know that even now I must be about my Father's work?" This would be characteristic of the entire life and ministry of Jesus, the Son of God, the Word from God. He would be single-mindedly about his Father's business, ever obedient to the Father's will, even to death on the cross. Thanks for listening to another episode of Good Bible Knowledge. We'll see you next time.